Welcome back to the Power BI series. In the last video, we cleaned our data using Power Query. But let's be honest, nobody gets excited over clean data. They want insights. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn your data into charts, graphs, KPI cards, and your first Power BI dashboard. So far, we learned how to import our data into Power BI using 4 different CSV files. We then cleaned the data, and now we're going to create our dashboard. So by the end of this video, you're going to have your very first Power BI dashboard. So let's get started. So first off, what is a dashboard? So in case you don't know, a dashboard is simply a collection of visualizations that help people understand what's happening in their business. So instead of reading rows and rows of data, decision makers can quickly see trends and performances within their businesses. So of course, it goes from raw data to clean data to dashboard to business decisions. All right, so if you have your Power BI dashboard opened and you're here on this page where we left off, we're going to delete these and we're going to start fresh. So just select it, click on it, and hit delete, and click and press the delete button. So now we have a blank build your visuals with your data canvas. And the first thing we want to do is we want to create a title. So here on the top in the insert tab, click that, then click on text box. So here's your text box. So if I click on it, you'll see the little cursor blinking. So let's name this sales dashboard. Now again, you can name this whatever you like. Then I'm going to double click it to highlight the sales dashboard text. And then I'm going to change this to it being a lot more larger, maybe a 28. Then I can click and drag the box to size it. And then these 3 little dots here on the bottom corner of the box, I'm going to click, and I'm going to keep my clicker down, and I'm going to move it. So I'm going to put it right here in the center. Now you can change the color, or you can put it bold, whatever you like. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to create a KPI card. So here on my right side, you'll see your visuals. So again, these are all of your visualizations. So you can do a bar graph, you can do a table, a slicer, but in this case, we're going to do a KPI card. So mine is right here and it has 1, 2, 3 on it. Go ahead and click on the 1, 2, 3 card and it's selected. So then now I have a values and a category section. So make sure to expand your customers' data because this is your data sets. And I'm going to click and drag customer ID and drop it into values. And now I have the values of those customers. So there's 600 customers. Then I'm going to click the corner and I'm going to size it. So I'm going to click and drag. Then I'm going to click and hold my clicker down and drag it here on the top. Now I want to rename this. So right now it's count of customer ID. So under your values where you clicked and dragged and dropped that customer ID, there's a drop down there. So click that little drop down and then it says remove field rename for this visual. So I'm going to rename for this visual. Now I can rename it. So I'm going to put total customers and enter. Now it changed that. So now I have a card that says total customers. So in case you don't know what a KPI is, it stands for Key Performance Indicator. So think of this as a quick summary metric. So here we're counting the total number of customers. So now we're going to create another KPI card. So make sure none of your visuals are selected and click outside on the blank canvas. And click here under visuals, again, card, that 1, 2, 3, click that. Now we're going to click and drag orders. So go to orders, expand your data, order ID. I'm going to click and drag into values. Now we have total number of orders. So again, I'm going to click and drag and put it on this side of our total. Now you see a red line. It kind of tells you it's lining up with the other one. So now with that being selected, I'm going to again rename it. So I'm going to the values where we clicked and dragged our order ID. And we're going to do the drop down and rename this visual. I'm going to put total number of orders and enter. So it kind of cuts it off. So I want to make sure it's all in there. So I kind of just size it. So you see we have 1,500 total orders. So notice here, we're turning thousands of rows of data into information that can be understood like in seconds. So automatically when somebody opens up this dashboard, they know there's 600 total customers and there's 1,500 total number of orders. So next, we're going to create a clustered bar chart. So if you put your little cursor over these visuals on your right side, you'll see there's a stacked bar chart, stacked column chart. So there's a clustered bar chart. So click that third one. So then now we're going to click and drag the states. And we'll do customer ID and count. So state in the y-axis. And customer ID, click and drag in the x-axis. And now you need to shape it. So now we want to rename this. So notice it's saying count of customer ID by sales. So go to customer IDs, which is the x-axis, click on the drop down, and we're going to name this total customers and enter. Now it's going to say total customers by sales. So you'll see that NM for New Mexico is 546, TX for Texas is 543, AZ for Arizona is 231, and CO for Colorado is 180. Now, if you want to change this title here, you make sure your visual is selected. Click here on Edit Your Visual. And then go to General and Title. So total customers by state. And enter. So now we have total customers by state. So just that you know that bar charts are one of the most commonly used visuals in Power BI because they make it easy to compare categories. So now we're going to create a project category chart. So this is going to be a column chart. So make sure you're clicked outside of your visuals and click on the white canvas. So now we're going to click on this visual here. It says clustered column chart. Then we go to category, but it's under products. So expand your products data set and click and drag category into x-axis, and then product ID, click and drag into y-axis. So now you have the count of products by ID and category. So automatically we can see that the home goods is the most sales we get. The next one is fitness, and then electronics. This shows us how products exist in each category. This gives us a quick overview of our inventory. And again, you can change the title by going to Format Your Visual, click on General, Title, expand that, make sure it's on, and then let's do Sales by Product. So next we'll create a donut chart. So again, make sure you're clicked in the white canvas. Click on the little donut chart here. So we're going to click and drag sales channel, which is under the orders CSV file. So click and drag into your legend. And then order count, which is the order ID. So click and drag into values. So now you can go ahead and resize this by clicking and dragging the corner. So automatically we see website. Here it's 387, which is 25.8% of the orders. Retail, 24.7, marketplace 24.87, and mobile app is 24.27. So again, you can rename this by clicking this visual, going to format your visual, go to general, title, and rename it. Donut charts are useful for showing percentages and distributions. Here we can see how orders are distributed across sales channels very easily. All right, so we'll do one more. We want to see sales by date. And we will select a clustered column chart. So I'm going to click and drag there. And then in our x-axis, we want order date. So click and drag order date here. And then we're going to do order ID, click and drag into your y-axis. Now automatically it shows you by year. But under your x-axis, when you dropped it, it shows order date, year, quarter, month, and day. But then it has these little X's next to them. So we're going to X out year. We're going to X out quarter. And then we will keep month and X out day. Now you can see sales by month. So if you put your cursor over each of those, it'll show you January, you had 119. February, 109. March, 128, and so on. So when we first did it, you saw a little bit of 2026 and a lot in 2025. So if you want to only see 2025, say last year's data, then under here, under filters, you can do that. So now if you click and drag order date into add fields here, you'll see that it shows all of these and you can select them. So select all, since we know a majority are 2025. Then click and drag to expand this out. You'll see that all of these are 2025s. So if you see any 2026s in here, we can take them out just by unselecting it. So it looks like here on the bottom, there's only 3, and it was for Thursday, January 1st, 2026. So let's unselect that. And now we can go ahead and close that. Now we see only 2025. So now let's rename this. So we're going to click on here and go to Format Visual again. Then under General, click Title. So we're going to name this Sales in 2025 calendar year. So this way they know these were sales for 2025. Now you can rearrange these so we kind of get split out a little bit. Now again, you can play around with the font if you want. Double click here and play around with this font. Notice when you click on any of these visuals, it gives you that format your visual. The general, and you can change your title font here, change the color. You can do bold. You can even change the font type. You could even make the text bigger. So I really encourage you to come in here and play around with the format your visuals. Make sure to save. But the one thing I want to show you before we leave is you want to create a slicer. So here under visualizations, there's a little, looks like a little filter. Click that. Now you have this here. And let's click and drag state into your field. And now you have a drop down here. Also under format your visuals, click that. Slicer settings and vertical list. Right now it's a vertical list, but if you click that, you can select tile. That way they can click on it, or you can do a drop down. So I like the drop down. So I'm going to click that, drag it right underneath the title here, format it. So now when they click on the drop down and they go to each state, so say they only want to see sales for Arizona, they click that, and the dashboard then automatically changes to only sales for Arizona. So it looks like 99 total customers for Arizona, 231 total number of orders for Arizona, Then it breaks it down for you in your visuals. So say you want Colorado, New Mexico, or Texas. One other tip is you can click on Control button on your keyboard. So click Control, keep it down, and click on another field, so Texas. So it gives you that option of selecting more than one when you click Control and keep it down. And then unselect, and then there's all of those states together. So today we learned how to create KPI cards, bar charts, column charts, donut charts, and a slicer. And we kind of laid out the dashboard. So you just created your very first dashboard. Congratulations. I hope this video helped you. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more data analytic tools, tips, and a lot of fun beginner projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.